Star Schema Data Model in Power BI. Hi, I'm M. Asif Hussain from KnowHow Academy. What are we going to learn in this video? We are going to learn and understand what is a star schema, how to create a star schema in Power BI desktop. So at the end of this video, you are going to understand or you are going to make a data model in a form of star schema in Power BI. So watch till the end. So before directly explaining it to you, what exactly is a star schema, first, let's go and understand what the data we have and how many different tables we have in the data. So here, my dear viewers, we have a data, and in this we have many such sheets or columns or tables that we have. So let us look into it one by one. So this data is about an online food delivery. And if we see here, we have a table called Order Master, in which we have the order details of every product and which delivery person has delivered it on what date, okay, from which region, what was the discount amount, what was the offer amount. So we have all these columns in this particular table called Order Master. And in the same way, we have a customer table, and in this customer table we have all the customers' personal information like customer email ID, date of birth, address, name, pin code, and so on. And in the delivery person table, we have all the delivery person's information such as delivery person's first name, last name, email ID, contact number, the address of it, the city and from which state, the contact number, and all these informations. And if you see the new order information, and there are what are the different orders, which particular customer has ordered the product, what is the offer ID, what is the order ID, and which delivery person has ordered it. So we have the relation of both the customer's information also and the delivery person information also, and with the order information also, so that we have it here. And if we see it in the customer cart, we have what is the cart ID, and what is the menu group ID, and what is the customer email, what is the price of each product, so each item, what is the subtotal of it. We have all these items. And if you see the menu items, so what are the different items that we have it in our particular data, like the different item names such as chicken burger, sweet corn, okay. So there are different menu items, the price of it. And now, my dear viewers, you might get confused that what is this menu group ID. So if I show it to you, the menu group, for example, if we consider salads, under salads there might be many salad types, right? So burger is a group name, it's a category. Burger is a category. So under that burger category, what are the different types of burgers we have, that is listed here. For example, if menu group ID, the menu group ID for the burger is 2, am I right? So now if you see the menu item, so menu group ID 2, we have fried chicken burger. Menu group ID 2, we have prawn. And like this, menu group ID 2, we have blues. So these are the different types of burgers that we have under a group called burger, right? So that's the menu group ID that we have it here. And these customers, whoever are purchasing this particular item, so what is the payment mode that they have opted for, whether they have taken the card or they have done the cash payment. So what is the transaction ID, on what date they have did the payment. So we have all these informations as well. So this is the data that we have. Now, my dear viewers, I would like to explain it to you that in Power BI, whenever we are trying to get all these tables into our Power BI desktop, we can happily get it. That's not a problem. We can load the data into Power BI desktop. There might be n number of tables. But the logic here is that whenever we don't have any relation, whenever there is no relation between each table that we are loading in Power BI, it is very difficult for us to go and create a visual. It is very difficult for us to go and do some calculated columns, calculated measures. All right. So for this, we have to create a relationship. So we have to create the data modeling. If I talk about the technical word, that is called as data modeling. So in the data modeling, we generally have two types, okay. So what are those two types? In data modeling in Power BI, we generally have two types called as star schema, and we have something called as snowflake schema. So now, what exactly is this word called schema? If you are new for this terminology, then schema is nothing but a model. Schema is nothing but a structure. Schema is nothing but a layout. Schema is nothing but a design. So in general, schema is nothing but it is a structure, it is a model. So star model, snowflake model. Instead of using the terminology model as in Power BI, as a technical person, we have to use the word called schema, star schema and snowflake schema. So once we know what exactly is this star schema, okay, so let's understand star schema here. So in this star schema, again we should understand two terms. One, we have a fact table, and another table we have is dimension table. We have two tables, fact table and dimension table. Now what exactly is this fact table? Fact table is the table which contains the complete or the main information of the data that we have. Such as if we look into our Excel sheet, we have order master table where we have all the major informations, right? Order master, we have which particular customer has ordered it, what is the order ID, customer ID, delivery person name. So all these things we have it here. So that important table, that main table, the fact table, the biggest table with major information, right? So that is a fact table. And related tables with the fact table. So now menu item is related table, delivery. So in the order master table, we also have the delivery person's information. Am I right? But still we have the delivery person table separately. Am I right? So those are the links with this particular main table. So that we call it as a dimension table. So there is a diagram here. Let's understand the diagram so that it can be understandable very easily. So if I talk to you here with a diagram, so let me just write a small diagram here. So let's consider this table is a fact table. Okay. So let us consider this table as a order master table. Okay. And we have many other tables, as we have seen that we have customer table. Am I right? We have customer table. Now this table is called as a dim table or dimension table. So we have another table that we generally know, as we have seen that we have a delivery person table. So this table is also a dimension table. Okay, and we have another information such as menu item table. So now this table is also a dimension table. Okay, so now what's happening is that all these different dimension tables, when they are directly connected with the fact table, we call it as a star schema. When the different dimension tables are directly connected with the fact tables, we call it as a star schema. So we generally use star schema in the real-time projects that we are doing because it is very easy as a part of data model when compared to the other schemas that we have, such as Snowflake schema, Galaxy schema that we have it in Power BI. So now let's work on this in Power BI desktop. So I have loaded the data. As we can see that we have order master table, we have delivery person table, customer table, menu item table, and so on. And if I come here in the model view, as we can see that Power BI, as we all know, that by default, as soon as we load the data into Power BI desktop, it will create a data model by its own by choosing the data types, the columns and informations that we have in it in a table. So now if you see, every table is linked up, with the order master table, as you can see. But only these two tables, which is delivery person table and the payment mode table, they are not connected with the order master table by considering order master as a fact table. So it is not connected with the fact table. So these two are the dimension tables. Okay, as you can see here in the order master table also we have the payment informations. Am I right? So if you see that we have payment mode ID, payment detail, payment amount. So but in the delivery person table information also we have it here, such as delivery person email ID, discount amount, delivery date. So we have the informations, but in the dimension table the delivery person's much more information is available. That's why it's separate. Okay, so now the concept is that as there is no relation between these order master table to the delivery person table and the payment mode table, we have to create a model. Okay, we have to create a star schema for this. How should we create it? So as we can see that in the order master table and in the payment mode table, the column payment mode ID is common. The column payment mode ID is common. So what I'm doing, I'm just selecting the payment mode ID from the payment mode table, and I am clicking on here in the payment mode ID in the order master table, and here I am going to create the one-to-many relationship. So now I am clicking on save. As soon as I click on save, we can see that one-to-many relationship is created. Alright, now in the same way, if I see the delivery person table, and in the delivery person table we have delivery person email, and here also in the order master table we have delivery person's email ID. So now what I am going to do, I am going to drag this delivery person email ID from delivery person table, and I am just clicking on in the order master table. So here also we have the common columns delivery person email ID, and it is also one-to-many cardinality, one-to-many relationship. I am clicking on save. So as soon as I clicked on save, the relationship, the model is successfully created. Now my dear viewers, if you closely see that, so it's one fact table and there are multiple dimension tables linked up with the fact table. So this is the star schema. As I have told you that we have another type of schema which is Snowflake schema. So again the concept of Snowflake schema is there will be another dimension table, but these dimension tables will not be directly connected with the fact table, it will be connected through the dimension table. So with the informations in the customer table we create another table. With the informations of the menu item table we create another dimension table. Okay, so these are called as, when these dimension tables are indirectly related with the fact table, we call through the dimension table, we call it as a Snowflake schema. So that's part we have it in our Power BI desktop. But understanding the star schema to performing the data modeling part, it is very important whenever we are working on any project in real time. Then only it will be easy for us to do the transformations, to do the visualization, to prepare a report, to use the calculated measures, use DAX functions and so on. So this is how a star schema can be created. So in this video we have learned what exactly is a star schema and how to create a star schema using Power BI desktop. So thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your source for IT knowledge. We are always here to help you to navigate the tech world. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. Stay curious and keep learning.